Welcome to Cinefellas. I'm Lloyd Bonafide. This is Sarah Q. This is Priscilla and Elvis. This is Elvis. We're all going to be doing a movie review today of the movie Charlie Chaplin classic called The Great Dictator. It's a wonderful movie set in 1940 during World War II. What is the plot of the story, would you say?
The plot of the story is this egomaniac.
Yeah, egomaniac. Named Herr Hinkle. Not to be mistaken with Herr Hitler.
Yes.
This is a parody movie.
And it takes place in Germania, which is a very...
Was it Germania or Tomania?
It's Germania.
Germania.
Which is a very subtle, I can't even think of the word, homage to the country of Germany. So it's very subtle. Like, you don't even know that the movie's really about Hitler. Like, it's...
Except the guy's got a mustache and he looks like Hitler. He's got a Hitler mustache.
I was being sarcastic.
Oh.
Can you let me be sarcastic? I try to be funny. I try to be sassy and funny, and I make little jokes, and then you're like, nope.
Not like what we do nowadays. Things aren't
Good
so
work,
immaculate.
She's pushing me away.
She doesn't like your jokes.
I think he said something.
Okay, I make terrible jokes. No, it's a direct stab at Hitler, which is kind of super punk rock of Charlie Chaplin.
At the time when Hitler's in power.
Yeah, like,
it's kind of like, what's his name, when he did that movie about George Bush, while George Bush was still in office.
Josh Brolin?
Josh Brolin, but who directed it?
But that wasn't...
Oliver Stone.
Oliver Stone, but that wasn't, satire or like
yeah, you're right, that was supposed to be truth. Well, so was kind of Charlie Chaplin.
Well, there's truth in satire, but you don't have like gags and like making blatant fun like Charlie Chaplin does.
That's true.
You know, like the Brolin movie was actually like kind of took it.
They were trying to
show his actual life versus this is just like, look at this kooky guy, like, and let's have him do all these gags and like, it's a beautiful movie.
Running parallel to the story is a Jewish barber. I cannot think of his name right now. Also played by Charlie Chaplin, who looks like Herr Hinkle, the dictator. Which we're watching in the background right now, The Dictator.
Yeah.
And there's a famous, the reason why I wanted to watch it, there's a famous speech at the end where the barber has now replaced the dictator. Spoiler alert,
right.
From 1940, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it. He replaces the dictator and then becomes someone good, right? And that's the point of the story, is that he doesn't want war, anymore. So,
look at that book. Hold that book high.
Is this the dictator we're watching?
I don't know. Can y'all hear this?
It's on a commercial. Okay. He doesn't look like Hitler. I mean, he's got the motions of Hitler. Who is that?
See, he read it. You should have negotiated for us. Get me that book over there, fellas. Hey, Mark, get me that book. Bring that book over here.
Oh, wait, we're not watching
Bring
The
that
Great
book
Dictator.
over here.
Wait,
Mark,
that's
come
Donald
on,
Trump.
Mark. Bring it over here.
How did he get on here?
Get me that book. I'll sign it. I mean, any guy that much, we got it.
It's just... It was so similar. Like,
Holy cow.
We should send a copy to Obama and to Kerry.
Wow, this... I swear to God, we were watching, like, Herr Hinkle.
Unbelievable.
Similar stuff.
Wow. I'm going to have to turn that down. Who knew? What'd you think of the movie, though? What'd you think of the co-star, Goddard? What's her name? Teresa Goddard or something?
Well... fine.
It's the worst the worst part of that movie is that girl. She's good looking, sure. She's got that that dreamy, like Dorothy and Oz, like, oh, I'm just dreamy. Yet everyone's got an accent, and she's the only one with an American accent. She's like got this Brooklyn attitude, It's
yeah,
very
there's a lot of
strange.
accent issues, like Charlie's English and like some of the Nazi or not Nazi. What does he call his people in it? His followers.
Oh shit, I don't know. They have the double cross instead of the
Double crosses. Get
the
it
iron
like
cross.
double crossing. Hey.
Yeah. They didn't have
Um,
the they did have that like Rome feel, like he's the conquering hero. Hair Hinkle.
Hair Hinkle. Oh, and there was hair garbage.
Hair garbage is great, and,
Like,
and
is that
herring.
Gorbachev or no?
Goebbels.
Goebbels.
So Goebbels,
So
and
there's-
then herring is Goering.
Hair, yeah.
The what did they call him? The wolf, the field wolf or something. Goering was a master at war, and they called him like the Silver Wolf or something. He had a weird name. What are you?
We wanted these dogs to review the
Come here,
movie.
Papa.
Look at this guy's
Elvie,
just.
what did you think of
What
the
did
movie?
you think of the movie?
Well, I thought it was okay. I wasn't quite sure about the acting choices. Some of the comedy really got me laughing.
Well, really, I just felt like I was going to fall asleep.
Yeah,
I'm still a little tired from watching it.
I don't know if it's because it's from 1940s, but I am really sleepy. Okay, thanks for giving us that review.
Yeah. I think that was a pretty quick one. Only 6 minutes.
What else do we have to say about this movie?
I wanted to pay more attention. We were like eating breakfast, and
And Logan,
it's really good.
Logan, this one's for you. If you want to add the ending monologue at the end of this, it's fantastic.
There's a beautiful scene too with him dancing with the globe, and it's like so symbolic. Like he's got this globe.
Can we just put it on like right now, and like will it record the voice of the if we put on that last?
Probably.
Logan, you don't need to do it. We're gonna do it right now.
But what I was saying about the globe,
The Great Dictator's speech.
and it's on Hulu if you want to watch it.
Yeah, it's free.
Um,
Well, the globe. There's a dancing globe.
yeah,
where
and he's like, and it's this beautiful moment where he's like, the dictator himself, like he's like got the world in his hands essentially, and he's dancing with it, and it's just floating gracefully. It's like this balloon, and then suddenly he holds it and it pops, and then like he falls to his desk, and it's like very like symbolic of like he has the world in his hands, and then he like
he crushes
it and loses it, and like
with his own machismo.
yeah, it's really in I love history. I love classic films. I could do tons of stuff on classic film. I think this was Charlie's our first time hearing, if I'm not
His
mistaken,
voice.
his first movie where you heard his voice.
He wrote it, directed it, produced it, made the music for
and he
it.
plays piano
Plays
in it.
piano in it. He was fantastic. He looks a little older.
Well, he is older.
He is older. What is he, about
Because-
50 here?
No, because he was probably 20 and like,
And this is 1940.
so
So
he's
they're,
probably like 40 something.
yeah, he's in his 40s.
Don't we kind of think Ryan looks like hair's looking like little,
Except
little
for my
Charles
beard.
Chapp. Some little Charles Chapp hair. That's not a Charles Chapp
That's
face.
not a Chelsea.
He would do like eyes like this.
Like that?
We were talking the other day, unrelated to the movie, but
I'm going to pause it.
okay, we're about to get to the speech, and it's 6 minute speech, so we'll just do that real quick. But Charlie Chaplin's actually out of the big three of like silent film.
Name him.
Well, Charles is the most famous, obviously. I mean,
Old C, as we call him.
Old C. And I'm not knocking Charlie by any means.
Buster Poindexter.
Buster Keaton.
Buster Keaton.
Who, his style was more just like deadpan, like crazy things would happen around him, and he was just like, what's happening, and that's what made his comedy really funny. But I actually really loved Harold Lloyd. He was
What movies did he do?
he did, what is that one called? The one where he's hanging from the clock. Out of Time? Not Out of Time. That's not Harold Lloyd. I'm gonna have to look this up. I used to watch a lot of these movies in high school.
Clock?
Um,
Wow, I don't even know who that guy is.
let's see.
We're looking on Goggle right now, so
Goggle.
we're
What?
goggling it.
Why don't they just have a list of his movies?
You have to go to the filmography.
But it's Wikipedia. Wouldn't they just... Oh, filmography, I see.
The 12th Juror.
Which one is it? It's like something with time, I feel like.
Courthouse Crooks. Wow, so many movies.
They cranked
Jesus.
them out.
That's the same,
But that's all they did. That's all there was to do out there. There was
That's
nothing
true.
out there.
Probably only a
There were
few
no-
actors.
There were no, like... It was such a new... And I think that's... You can almost kind of correlate it to, like, someone putting out, like, YouTube videos. Like, because the internet's so new. Like,
It's so easy to do.
the film industry is so new. Was so new back then that, like, there was hardly any... Like, yes, there were some restrictions, and they came up with their... Whatever you want to... What do you call them? Like, the studios and stuff. But, like, if you think about the dawn of the internet and the dawn of the film era, like, that's why they were able to put out, like, what... And, of course, they were shorter films because they didn't have the technology and the time and money, resources to make full-length features. But what? There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 in 1 year. Like 14 movies in 1 year.
I've only seen one silent film.
Which
I
one?
was telling you about Metropolis, which is fantastic.
I've actually never seen Metropolis,
Oh,
which
it's
is...
so good. I think Harold Lloyd's in it.
I don't think so. He's a comedic. That's a...
Yeah, plus that was in Poland, I think that movie was.
Yeah, it's
If I'm not mistaken.
foreign. Okay, I can't find
It's okay.
what the... it doesn't matter. Okay, we're going to play this speech.
The world home of the Open Championship, one of the
That's it.
probably the most important golf tournament. You know,
This is like
The
Oh,
most
great
important golf
assets.
tournament.
tremendous cash, very low debt, and I
This
said,
isn't-
in fact, I told somebody if I
This is
don't
Charlie
run, I'm going to
Chaplin.
file anyway because I want to brag about my statement. It's true. I was going to file it anyway. People don't
We
know.
thought
You know,
this
these
would
guys
be-
said he'll never file.
Okay, jokes aside.
Jokes
Because
aside,
I'm too serious. This guy is a goofball.
I did want to say
I am the Dean
noticed-
Martin to his Jerry Lewis.
Yeah. Except I'm funnier than Jerry Lee Lewis. But Jerry Lee Lewis,
What were you gonna say? Because
I
I,
was
have
going to
something to
say,
say too.
my observation from watching this film, because I didn't watch too many old films growing up, was the patience they have of letting a scene go, almost like you said, like a play. So like it the scenes will play out and they'll go on forever seemingly, you know, without any
Cuts.
like cuts or, and then it was because they had to cut the film by hand. You know, and plus it was the early days. They didn't know, like our attention spans are different now. Now it skips from face to face to face to face, like directors on cocaine. Boom, 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 boom. They show the dog's ass. They show a plant. You know, an airplane going back to the face someone sitting back to the face. And here, man, it's just one scene of him talking.
But isn't that what we're doing?
Well, that is what we're doing because we don't know
Meta.
we don't know how to edit. Is it edited or is it not being able to edit?
It's not being able to edit.
Yeah, we don't know how to fucking edit. So,
But
but I do have the cutest little girl behind me. Oh no!
anyway, we came up with the Great Dictator
Come
idea
here,
to
big
make
boy.
a interesting parallel between because last night was the very exciting time of Donald Trump's rally getting shut down. And,
Yeah. In Chicago, which
In
we're in
Chicago.
Chicago, and that was actually great to watch. I mean, it was fun.
very exciting.
Knew some people who went there, and they're braver than me because I wouldn't have set foot in that place.
Yeah, so that's kind of why we did this movie today.
I would not set foot in that fascist den of iniquity.
Yeah, you would get in a fight out of anybody.
Oh yeah, it would be. Well, no, I think I'd be able to. I'd just smoke some pot and like laugh. But yeah, it would.
No, you'd probably
if a
get
big giant brawl starts, it doesn't matter if you went in there to fight or not. You're fighting. You know, it's either that or you're getting hit in the head.
Okay, we're gonna play this clip now because we've been going on tangents.
Which I think Elvis right here is. Can you turn
Here,
it back to Elvis
he will-
really quick?
Elvis will perform the monologue for us.
Okay.
Okay. Let's make sure he's on camera
Yeah.
here.
He's on
Okay.
camera. Okay, now press
Okay.
play. You didn't get the play. Hold on.
Well, I'm trying to get him centered here.
Okay, we got him. He's gonna perform the monologue. Squirrel, sit next to him. Here, his damsel in a dress that's not. So, without further ado,
Elvis performing Charlie Chaplin's dictator monologue.
Gonna talk now, guys. All right, Elvis.
I'm sorry, but I don't want to be an emperor. That's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. In this world, there's room for everyone, and the good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful, but we have lost the way. Greed has poisoned men's souls, has barricaded the world with hate, has goose-stepped us into misery and bloodshed. We have developed speed, but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives abundance has left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much and feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent and all will be lost. The aeroplane and the radio have brought us closer together. The very nature of these inventions cries out for the goodness in men, cries out for universal brotherhood, for the unity of us all. Even now, my voice is reaching millions throughout the world, millions of despairing men, women, and little children, victims of a system that makes men torture and imprison innocent people. To those who can hear me, I say, do not despair. The misery that is now upon us is but the passing of greed, the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress. The hate of men will pass and dictators die, and the power they took from the people will return to the people. And so long as men die, liberty will never perish. Soldiers, don't give yourselves to brutes, men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, and what to feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you like cattle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men, machine men with machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines. You are not cattle. You are men. You have the love of humanity in your hearts. You don't hate, only the unloved hate, the unloved and the unnatural. Soldiers, don't fight for slavery, fight for liberty. In the 17th chapter of St. Luke it is written, the kingdom of God is within man, not one man nor a group of men, but in all men, in you. You, the people, have the power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure. Then in the name of democracy, let us use that power. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world, a decent world, that will give men a chance to work, that will give youth a future and old age a security. By the promise of these things, brutes have risen to power, but they lie. They do not fulfill that promise. They never will. Dictators free themselves, but they enslave the people. Now let us fight to fulfill that promise. Let us fight to free the world, to do away with national barriers, to do away with greed, with hate and intolerance. Let us fight for a world of reason, a world where science and progress will lead to all men's happiness. Soldiers, in the name of democracy, let us all unite!
Very good, Elvis. Very
Good
good
job.
little girl. She helped.
Didn't they
she
do
gave me-
great?
They did fantastic.
I don't know if they liked the movie because they were
Yeah.
sleeping.
And snoring at the same time. But thank you for joining us. This has been Lloyd Bonafide, Sarah Q. We'll see you guys at C2E2.
C2E2.
Is that on the 19th of this month? So if you're in Chicago...
Well, it's 3 days, I think.
3
the
days.
18th, 19th, and 20th, I think?
Yeah, but we're going on the 19th.
We're going on the 19th.
So we're going on the 19th, which is a Saturday. If you're in Chicago, come out and see us. We'll be the Cinefellas. And that's basically it.
Happy voting season!
Happy voting season.